was watching some of their stuff previous to this, and their strike zone game is amazing. I'm going to be interested to see which side they decide to push. Are they going to go for that B push, or are they going to switch it over and go for the AC?
You know, you bring up a good point, because going for AC, I think, is one of my favorite things to do. Honestly, it's you pin them right inside of there, and you don't allow them any kind of quarter whatsoever. I am personally of the thought that I would want them to go AC. Either team, I would want them to force that. That's just me.
Yeah, if you can lock them in the B position on strike zone, absolutely essential. There's only 3 exits through the kitchen over towards A, and then the top stairs towards C. And if you can get them into that B position, although it's extremely difficult, you can rack up a ton of points. But right off the initiation, you have the AC. If you want to push through Pro Shop, extremely difficult, because there's positions on each side where they're going to have the advantage of a line of sight where the other guy running through the Pro Shop is going to be completely exposed. Although we do see teams even trying to push them and not even get their home flag on strike zone, which is, it's a completely different play style versus Sovereign or Warhawk or any of the other ones we've seen.
I think most important out of anything, we are going to see fast-paced gameplay. It's strike zone. I don't expect anything less. Fast-paced gameplay, period. Looking for Machilla to put up big numbers. Looking for Clazer to put up big numbers.
Oh, yeah.
That's my prediction. What about you, Stone?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Clay's got a strong sub game, and he can definitely come down strong on this, as well as Sharp. I mean, he went beast in that last game, as well as Neslo. Annihilating with that AR, I'm going to be interested to see how he performs on this close-range map. We might even see some shotguns. I was seeing that earlier as well. Definitely love to see it. And Strike Zone's a great map for it.
Yep.
In that kitchen area, in the room in B-Dom.
Yeah.
So close range.
Busting out Bulldog.
As well as Bison's coming out, especially. That thing just melts at close range.
Oh,
Gotta love that SMG gameplay. So we're going to see what these guys are dropping down with as we get it started. We have Machilla on screen right now for EGS. And it looks like they are going to be pushing right up over one, actually going through the Pro Shop right here.
Whoa.
Some shots going down. Machilla getting a pick right there. Takes both of them down, and he's going to get right on to C, going for the AC. And that's going to be a huge play. Now they're spawning up by that kitchen area and trying to lock them down into it, and that's going to be an AC cap right off the bat for EGS. That is the strong play that I was talking about. Now they're going to be able to lock it down in B. Watching the side there, Machilla getting a huge pick and actually pushing in. Playing very aggressive right there. That could have flipped the spawns, and he actually got taken down the exchange. I probably wouldn't have done the same, but hell, I'm not a pro, so let's see what these guys could do.
Yeah, that's right. You know, honestly, I'm not sure if that was the best play to make there. I think he may have gotten a little bit too reckless, but, you know, I'm sure he had his reasons to do that. Probably felt very confident on that one. Yeah. Revan is going to get picked off. Machilla, though, we're going to stick with him yet again as, of course, human highlight reel he's becoming here in this matchup between TK and EGS.
You know what? The first minute entirely held down by EGS, now with over a 12-point lead into this one. TK's going to have to start answering back if they want to stay in this one, because they're going to need the next, all of the games. They can't lose any of them, as EGS is in their game point round.
Yeah, and that's scary. That's something that I honestly wouldn't have thought to say, you know, especially with a team like Kaliber that is, you know, the runner-up at MLG Columbus. You know, also they were a runner-up team at, I believe, at UMG Atlanta. Great performance in Dallas as well. Honestly, this is a team that I would have thought to have not, you know, completely decimated EGS, but I think we would have been singing a much different tune here with 2-1. So the fact that EGS has come out here and displayed this level of play shows me that, honestly, Team Kaliber has a lot to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you can see on the board right now, one cap entirely for the EGS team, one for each. They're all playing the objective great. And as I mentioned, you don't really see that AC push. So that was a bold move coming out by EGS for that initiation. Yeah. Possibly TK just thought they would go for the classic B push, and Bird's huge pick right there, getting some shots at range, but couldn't lock it down with the MTAR. MTAR actually a little bit better at the long range, but just couldn't keep his composure right there. Choked it a bit. I'm not too sure what he was going up against, though. If it was AR, would have been difficult, but Revan coming over and getting this cap up on the statue. This is a very popular place. You can lie down, get a lot of great cover over from the left, coming from Pro Shop, but a nade taking him out right there. But a 20-point lead for EGS right now, halfway through the first round on Domination Strike Zone.
Yeah, this is crazy because, again, you mentioned it earlier. This is game point here for Team Kaliber, and EGS. They're taking it, game point for EGS. Team Kaliber backs against wall. Nice kill out of Next here on that one. He is going to get taken out. Teammate will be there for the pickup. That is going to be Burns. And with that flag being neutral, no one taking ownership of it. That means no one's getting points, which is going to work out very, very well for EGS here as we have 1 minute and 46 seconds left on the clock. Hopefully Kaliber can move in and begin to make a play happen, which it seems like they definitely are. So this is putting them in quite the position because they got to hold every single minute or every single second they possibly can here.
Yeah, TK just locked down the A-Dom site, so now they have the AC. They're going to need to lock it down, though. Next pushing out, got taken down. Couldn't maintain it. He's going to back spawn in that kitchen area. Pushing out, though, they want to make a move here. Looks like we do have one up on the sky bridge. Trying to get a vantage point, and Burns is going to go ahead, drop it down over on C. Putting that trophy system down. Great move because that's going to help him off of that nade, possibly not running with possibly these guys. We can't actually see if they are running with the extra blast damage, but you know,
I'm
you've got to be ready
assuming most of them are because it's a very popular perk. So I think, you know, that could be the danger close will probably be a possibility.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to point out too, next one huge. He really needed to hold down B as long as he possibly could, and he did his job, thus allowing his teammates to go and get C. And yet again, EGS has control of this matchup. 35 seconds left on the clock in the first side of Domination Strike Zone. This is not looking good for Kaliber to go down at such a huge deficit.
Yeah, a 23-point lead going into the second round. It's going to be difficult. You can come back from it, but again, EGS took the first great Dom, first matchup between these guys, and they had the same strong lead going into the first round and just kept it together in the second one, keeping that 2-point lockdown, and then playing it slightly aggressive, locking them down on that, but following in on EGS still. They've got
only 5 seconds.
A, C, and they had it neutral at B for a while there, so adding more time to the clock there, we're going to be seeing a 30-point differential. That's huge. Coming out and adding some points to that. Going into round 2, that's going to be difficult for TK to come back that 30-point difference.
Can we just talk about Mochilla's dropping 25 and 11? Can we just talk about that? Because I called it. I called it.
You did.
I said Mochilla's going to be a huge factor. This guy was a beast back in Black Ops 1. His head was in the right place back then. Kind of fell off a little bit. Stopped playing, you know, really didn't take competitive serious. And now here at UMG Philadelphia, he is showing why back in Black Ops 1, he was so good and such a feared player when he went up against him because you knew he was going to put up numbers. He's really meshing with this team very well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a 30-point lead coming out for the boys on EGS. Now going into round number 2, TK's going to have to come back strong to stay in this winner's bracket. Yeah,
they're going to have to fight. This is going to be a battle. Honestly, I don't expect anything less than, you know, Team Kaliber on the other side. They know, man, you could see that this is desperation hour for them. You know, this is the time for them to show that they are a high caliber team, no pun intended, but this is the time for them to show that and why they are the runner-ups at MLG Columbus, why they are one of the one of the highest seeded teams in the competitive circuit. This is very important.
Yeah, absolutely, and we know that TK has that experience like you were talking about, but with the addition of Kaliber, this is where we're seeing the chemistry, the team chemistry come into place. They actually had Gunjar before, and losing him, I mean, TK had extremely strong chemistry.
That's right.
With Gunjar, so losing him, picking up Kaliber, we're seeing if they can adapt with him, and dropping it into round 2, we're going to see if they can come back. Like we mentioned, it's coming down close.
You know, what I think is crazy is that about a month or so ago, Revan was casting Kaliber at Columbus. And then he just decides, you know, Philly's close by. I want to play.
Get in the
action. Comes back, finds a team, and now he's about to knock Kaliber into the losers bracket.
This boy going strong for EGS right now. Like you mentioned, picked up an amazing team with some great players. Nex has been going strong, Mochilla going strong, as well as Burns. on
I'll tell you right now,
game types.
Revan gives hope for us casters out there. Fwiz has been doing the old man of Optic. You know, he's giving us hope. We can hang, okay? We're good players, okay? We just really like to talk too. So Revan representing it for the world. Anyway, so for the world of casters. So let's move on here. And on board with Revan, by the way, is he's going to be working right through the mid and seeing if he can find anyone. Oh, and he is going to get taken out there. Next needs to hold down B. They do have C and B control out the gate, but you can see on the mini-map, Kaliber, they're moving in on C right away. They're looking to pin him down.
Yeah, it was a great move right there. Actually, different than that initial AC push. They're much more secured going into the second round with a 30-point lead, so they decided to go for the B push, which is generally, you know, a little bit easier to get, although you do need to win your gunfights at B, and that's exactly what they did. But we see TK now going for that AC, and A was contested there, but it's going to be locked down over on A. B still contested now, and we are falling in on Machilla, or next, excuse me, for EGS. So they've got that BC still maintained. TK has got to answer back and quick, if not get a 3 cap here.
Yeah, and they are going to be going after C, so they have managed to flip it. Burns moving in, finding one, shooting. Oh, that could have been a bad situation, though. B is going to be neutralized, finding one. There was going to be another one right inside of the area here. Let's see what Burns is going to be able to do. Looking around the side, peeking around corners, and he is going to get picked off on, you know, from the right side. So that's, you know, unfortunate for him, but still, he was able to, you know, slow them down a bit, but his teammates not able to make anything happen on their end. Now they have to think, all right, we got to push over to A. They have managed to secure B. Let's see if we can make this happen. I don't know because of how the spread is happening for Kaliber if EGS can move in here.
Yeah, Kaliber, they still have a deficit in the second round, but you see the players coming out stronger. All of them positive right now. They're winning their gunfights, but not playing the objective, which is what you have to do. Revan, Machilla both have 2 caps on their team. Both of those guys coming out strong in the first one as well. Burns not being able to lock down his kill right there. It's only a 3-point differential in this second round. Machilla getting some shots on, trying to lock down that B, and yes, they did manage to maintain that B objective once again. We see some contestation coming out for TK over on C, and let's see if they can maintain that right now. 2 of them over there locking down the C objective now for a CA cap, trying to lock them in B.
You know, the objective here for EGS is to keep the game close. Keep it with, you know, give them 7 points. They want to win by 7 points, they can win by 7 points. Congratulations, because they are up by plus 30 right now. They need to just let the game be close so that this way that plus 30, you know, advantage that they have going into this second half can, of course, be an advantage exactly as, you know, as it is. So with that said, though, they're achieving that goal. With 2 minutes left on the clock here, Stone, they're looking solid. They just need to continue to get TK to constantly rotate, constantly move, and waste time and continue to tick away at that clock.
Yeah, and the thing to keep in mind here is a 3 cap in Dom is 36 points in 1 minute. So with a 30-point difference, it's going to come down to the wire. They're going to need to start doing it. And as you mentioned, keeping it close is all they need to do. As long as they still have 1 objective, they're going to be able to do that. But all 3 neutral. Look at the objectives right now. Looks like we do have Machilla only 1 up. TK now has 1 objective down. I think that was Machilla picking up the B cap right there, but TK has the AC once again. Well,
let's see if that whole 36 points in 1 minute thing is going to come to fruition. That'll be nuts if that actually happened. I'll be like, you are a mind reader, Stone.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really seem that way. EGS, they have their own agenda, and with 1 minute left on the clock here, this is getting into that territory where they can't quite do it, especially since they're holding down 2.
Yeah, it is an extremely close
game. There it is,
in the
mathematically
second round.
impossible.
60-60 and a 36-point, or not even now, only going to be a 28-point difference, and that's going to be it. GSE locking it down on TK.
Yep, mathematically impossible at this point, guys. EGS have done the unthinkable.
Wow.
The Egirl Slayers have beaten Team Kaliber.
Revan, man, unbelievable. Machilla was a huge player in this one, coming out in the second round with 6 captures. Definitely pushing that objective and keeping an aggressive play, even though, as we mentioned, they really, they had a strong lead going into the second. Played it very strong.
That's right, and there you have it, folks. Team Kaliber going to the losers bracket. EGS at it. You know, I don't want to necessarily say that advantage that they've had, but by playing so many games have helped them per se.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because, you know, I mean, Envy was able to, you know, win their game in a very close one. So
Yeah.
when you're playing, you know, your first game, it's excusable. But at that point, as you continue to play more,
Yeah.
you kind of get into the groove of things. So that's just how I feel about it. But nevertheless, though, you know, you can't take anything away from Egirl Slayers. They came here to play Call of Duty, and that is exactly what they did. They performed at the most crucial of moments.
Yeah, and coming out now, I mean, they've locked down all their games so far, going 3-1 in this one against such a strong team like TK. And with Clayster picked up, I mean, maybe that chemistry isn't there in TK. We're going to have to see how they do in the losers bracket. That's going to be an interesting one to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Was it just EGS going extremely hard in this and locking them down, or was it slippage on TK's part?
That, you know, you bring up a good point. I mean, that's something we're going to have to see when TK goes into the losers bracket. But, of course, EGS, they're going to be moving on to the next round in the championship bracket. But that was definitely a good game, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, in any case, guys, next up on the stream, I don't know who they're playing against because I've been casting the entire time, but we are going to have Complexity coming up on the broadcast. You are not going to want to miss this one, guys. If you guys want to hit up Soul Mountain on Twitter, you can feel free to do so at SoulMountain64. Talk to him, you know. I think it was a pleasure.
Hit up Boy too, man.
Oh, thank you.
You're beast, bro.
You don't need to.
Great
it's all
casting
right.
with you.
It was an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. With that said, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Complexity, the champions of MLG Columbus, are going to be taking the stage. How is all this going to unfold? We have 2 more games to play here at UMG Philadelphia, presented by Elgato. Once again, use the hashtag Elgato20K. Get social about it. We'll see you on the other side. Don't go anywhere.